Okay, so if you're a small business owner, you already know all about the passion that drives you, right? But you also probably know about the massive headache that comes with trying to manage the books. We're going to tackle that today. Let's turn that financial chaos into some serious clarity. So, let me ask you this, and be honest. Does that question hit just a little too close to home? Spending your weekends wrestling with numbers instead of, actually growing your business? It's a struggle pretty much every entrepreneur faces. But listen, it really doesn't have to be that way. And really, that's the heart of what we're talking about today. Your energy, your passion, your time, those are your most valuable assets. They belong in your business, not just lost in some giant sea of paperwork. All right, so let's just call this first section what it is, the bookkeeping nightmare. I think we can all relate to that feeling of being completely, utterly overwhelmed by the numbers. I mean, these worries are pretty much universal, aren't they? Are you constantly trying to figure out where your money is actually going? Are you terrified of making some costly mistake that's going to come back to bite you? So many business owners feel like they're just flying blind, guessing about their company's real financial health. But here's the good news, and it's really good news. There is a clear path from all that chaos to total financial clarity. So let's take a look at what that streamlined system actually looks like. Yeah, this right here is the goal. It's all about taking that tangled up web of numbers and turning it into something clean, simple, and honestly powerful. And it's not just about having organized books. It's about getting that peace of mind that lets you actually sleep at night. Okay, so how do we actually make this transformation happen? Well, it really comes down to a specific set of tools. Let's go ahead and open up the Bookkeeper's Toolkit. All right, first up, we've got the absolute foundation, income and expense tracking. Now, I know it sounds basic, but trust me, by properly categorizing every single transaction, you get this amazing, clear picture of where every dollar is coming from and where it's going. No more guesswork. And the benefit here? It's huge. It's kind of like switching from a blurry, out-of-focus photo to a super high-definition picture of your business. All of a sudden, you can make informed decisions with total confidence. Next up in the toolkit, we have reconciliations. And all this really means is making sure the story your books are telling is the exact same story your bank statements are telling. This one simple check can catch costly errors before they turn into massive problems. It's that confidence you get from knowing everything is accounted for, right down to the very last cent. Man, that is a powerful feeling for any business owner. Okay, our third tool is financial reporting. This is where all that tracked and reconciled data gets turned into something you can actually use. Clear statements that show you how your business is really performing over time. And the key here is that these reports aren't just history lessons, right? They're more like roadmaps for your future. They give you the insights you need to make smarter, more strategic decisions to really grow your business. So, getting help is one path, for sure. But what if you want to get a little more hands-on yourself? Well, that brings us to mastering your own financial tools. For a lot of people, that tool is QuickBooks. But let's be honest, it can be pretty intimidating. The goal here is to shift from seeing it as this source of confusion to actually using it as your most powerful ally for efficiency and growth. And the best part is you don't have to go it alone. Whether you're an absolute beginner who just needs the basics, or maybe you're an experienced user who wants to tailor the software to your specific industry, there are training paths to get you exactly where you need to be. Okay, so this all sounds great, right? But how do you actually start? Well, it's a lot simpler than you might think. Let's walk through the 3 straightforward steps to financial freedom. The whole process is really simple. It just starts with a conversation to understand what you need. From there, a plan is tailored specifically for your business. And the final step, you get to relax, knowing your books are finally taken care of. And that first step, that discovery call, it's not some huge commitment. It's just 14 minutes. Seriously, that's all it takes to start this entire process toward clarity. All right, so when you put all of this together, what does it really mean for you and your business? Let's talk about the perks you'll actually enjoy, the real bottom line. First and foremost, and this is a big one, you get your life back. Seriously, imagine taking Fridays off or spending more time with your family, or maybe just finally having time for a hobby. That's what happens when you're not change your spreadsheets all weekend. Next up, that annual dread of tax season, it just disappears. When your books are perfectly organized all year round, tax time becomes this smooth, stress-free process. And hey, that often saves you a significant amount of money too. And finally, it all leads to this: more profits. With clear insights, you're making better decisions. With clean books, your CPA bills are way lower. All of this translates directly to a healthier, more profitable business. It's that simple. You know, at the end of the day, it's all about real results. This quote just says it all: a lifesaver for my small business. See, this isn't just about balancing the books. It's about reclaiming your time and actually growing your profits. So I'll leave you with this question: what will you build when you're no longer buried in paperwork?